Chapter 1. What is financial success? How money really works. On my journey of discovery, I knew that if I could unravel how money really works, I would have control to live the life I wanted. I dug around for years, unpicking every opinion on the subject that I could to gain an understanding. I got so many versions from different groups of people, each of whom were vehement that they understood how money worked. Eventually it became clear that each had an important piece of the puzzle, but not the whole picture. So what is financial success? The typical belief is that financial success equates to beautiful people with big houses, holidays, cars and bling. My work as a debt advisor showed me that external appearances can be very deceptive. I visited many families with big houses, flashy cars, big televisions and all the external trappings who were deeply in debt. Tragically, they were on the brink of losing everything. When I was very young and with my father, I clearly remember a woman saying to him, "I saw your Uncle Stanley Roach the other day and he was dressed so poorly you would give him tuppence," meaning that to her, he looked as poor as a beggar, and my dad laughed and said, "When you're genuinely rich, you don't need to prove it to anyone." I now know that overt exhibitions of wealth aren't necessarily real indicators of wealth. I wanted to find out what financial success really meant. To do that, I used my expertise in capability analysis to identify what exactly makes someone financially successful. Is there a universal definition? I have coached and interviewed hundreds of people, some rich, some very poor, and a great many in between. I always ask my clients a number of specific questions. Number 1, what is money? Number 2, how do you get your money? Number 3, what do you do with it once you get it? Number 4, if you need more money, how do you get it? Number 5, what would someone who is good with money do with it once they get it? Number 6, how do rich people get rich? And number 7, how do poor people become poor? The answers to these questions almost always result in 4 groups sharing 4 separate and distinct perspectives of financial success. Interestingly, each person is adamant that their perspective is right. Group 1. There's never enough money. The first group feels that no matter what they do, there's simply never enough money. As soon as I get my money, some of it or most of it is gone. It goes to pay debts. Then I buy what I need. I get money from my job, pension, welfare or a relative, and I do not have much control over how much I get. I take what I am given. If I needed more money, I would have to borrow it. This group of people acknowledge that financially successful people have the ability to spend wisely and not waste money. But they usually feel that rich people are very lucky, dishonest, mean, or even a combination of all of these. And they believe that the poor are poor because they lack enough money. Some believe they don't have enough because others have taken more than their fair share. Group 2. Debt is bad and should be avoided. The second group also feels that financially successful people are good at managing money, but they believe strongly debt is bad and that people should learn to manage on what they have now. Someone who is good with money always pays their bills and is never in debt. If they have enough left over in any payment period, they should save for something specific. I receive money from my job, pension, welfare or relative, and I do not have much control over how much I get. I take what I'm given and have to manage on that. If I wanted more money, I would have to work more hours and work harder. They feel that saving in itself, other than for a specific purchase such as a holiday, is almost impossible. But there is usually never enough left over. They feel the rich are lucky or even dishonest. People are poor because they spend more than they earn, but they don't earn enough. Group 3. Don't waste money. The third group feels completely responsible for their financial security. In their view, financially successful people make sure they save for a rainy day. They say things like someone who is good with money will always save a proportion first and then live on the rest. This group are very good at spotting financial risks. They believe people with debts are feckless and wasteful. They resent people who run up debts and then need help. And they regard them as undeserving. They say things like, I get money from my job, pension, welfare or a relative, and I do not have much control over how much I get. I take what I am given. If I wanted more money, I would have to work more hours and harder. I do, however, have great control over what I save and spend. When I get money, I save a proportion and spend the rest. They believe that the rich become rich through luck, dishonesty, risk-taking, often excessive risk-taking, and to a lesser extent hard work. Group 4. Money comes from value-adding assets. The fourth group feel entirely responsible for their financial success, admire wealthy people and seek to emulate them. They say things like, I get my money from assets. Someone who is good with money would leverage money to create more. And if I want more money, I need to figure out how to add value or create more assets that will generate more money. They think some rich people are lucky, although many say that you make your own luck. They also believe that those who do not take responsibility for their financial success or leave it to others will never be rich, and to some extent deserve to be poor. Which one sounds the most like you? In addition to the four groups, there are 3 financial themes. Financial success is the result of a specific set of skills. We learn or don't learn about financial success. And financial success, attitudes and behaviours, is modelled from the people around us. Financial success and specific skills. Financial success is underpinned by 5 key financial skill sets. Number 1, creating money. This is building a successful business, inventing and bringing to market a successful product, or creating a successful investment strategy. Number 2, saving money. Being able to amass large savings regardless of income. Number 3, managing money. Successful budgeting and an ability to stretch scarce resources. The sort of person who can create a delicious meal from an apparently empty fridge. Number 4, spending money. Spending money wisely to improve one's life. Being able to make the right, prudent purchasing decisions for the right price at the right time. And number 5, giving money. Knowing when to give, to whom, for what, and how much is the key. How we learn about finance. There are 2 key themes. We are not taught financial success at school. Schooling seems to emphasise being employable and being ready to earn money. But earning money is a totally different skill set to managing or even creating money. For example, earning money often involves developing skills and knowledge that can be performed for an employer or a client in return for money. The ability to adapt and conform so that one is and remains attractive to an employer or a client. And or the ability to compete with others selling the same skill set. But I know that someone who earns a high income can be totally inept with money and have none of the financial skills outlined above. In schools, we are groomed for earning money, but not for financial success. At best, we are taught a bit about managing finances and spending, but nothing about how to create wealth. Our kids are taught about using consumer credit wisely, but never about the skills needed to become rich. No wonder money causes so many problems for so many people. Any entrepreneurial advice at school is best summed up. Build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs. Farrah Gray. We learn about money from the people around us. A cat's ability to hunt is completely defined by how good its mother was at hunting. In terms of the skills for financial success, we are a bit like cats. We learn from the key people around us. To be more specific, we model other people's financial skills often unconsciously. If you have money worries, there is a high likelihood that you've modelled someone else's attitudes, skills and behaviours around money, often their prevailing mindset. We differ from cats in one important aspect, however. We can choose to change. We can consciously upgrade our skills. As I said in the preface, growing up, I role modelled on financial struggle. We have all been influenced about money from those closest to us. Whatever you have experienced in the past or currently experience around money will usually have its origins in a mindset modelled by somebody influential, positive or adversely in your past. In any case, this book will show you, step by step, how to create a financially successful mindset. Action steps. Exploring beliefs and skills. 1. Which currently feels most like you right now? There's not enough money. Debt is bad. Don't waste money. And money comes from value-adding assets. 2. Starting with the obvious, consider what attitudes and beliefs about money you have absorbed from those around you and how this might have impacted on your financial success and whether your mindset needs to change. Understand that you do not have to live life according to the beliefs about money of those around you. You can start to change your current money mindset at any time. 3. Understand that financial success is made up of the money skills creating, saving, managing, spending and giving money, and that these can be learned by anyone at any time, including you. Look for people who are successful with money, who have any of those 5 skills, and ask them how they think about money and what they do to be successful. You will be pleasantly surprised at how much you will learn. Especially notice if you think something like, I can't do this, or I can't be like them. That is your current limiting money mindset talking.